Mama Ugo was the talk of the small village of Umuoko. Her little restaurant, Sweet Pot, was always full of people. They said her food was the best in the entire village. Her jollof rice, pepper soup and fried yam had a taste no one could resist. While other restaurants struggled to get customers, Mama Ugo's place was always crowded. Her neighbors were jealous. They couldn't understand why Mama Ugo's food tasted so special. Maybe it's her secret spice, some said. Others whispered it's witchcraft, but Mama Ugo just smiled whenever anyone asked her the secret to her success. Late one night, when everyone was asleep, Mama Ugo entered her small kitchen. She locked the door behind her and carried a jug to the backyard. There, in the darkness, she squatted and urinated into the jug. When she was done, she carried it back to her kitchen with a strange smile on her face. Mama Ugo mixed the urine into her cooking pot. This will keep them coming, she muttered to herself. She believed the urine had a power that made her food irresistible. No one must ever know my secret, she said as she stirred the pot. The next morning, people came to Mama Ugo's restaurant as usual. The smell of her food filled the air, drawing even more customers. Her neighbors watched in frustration as their own restaurant remained empty. How does she do it? They grumbled. Mama Ugo was making so much money that she didn't know where to keep it all. She bought new clothes and even started fixing her house. But behind her smile, she worried about one thing. What if someone finds out what she was doing? Mama Nkechi, one of Mama Ugo's neighbor, was tired of losing her customers. There is something fishy about that woman, she told her husband. I will find out what she's hiding. Late one night, she sneaked to the back of Mama Ugo's restaurant, hoping to see something suspicious. Mama Nkechi saw Mama Ugo squatting in the backyard with a jug in her hand. She gasped quietly. What is she doing? She whispered. When Mama Ugo went back inside, Mama Nkechi crept closer and sniffed the ground. Her eyes widened. Urine, she exclaimed softly. Mama Nkechi was furious. No wonder her food tastes so special. She's using juju, she said to herself. She decided to spread the news around the village. Let's see how her customers like eating food cooked with urine, she thought. The next day, Mama Nkechi started whispering to people at the market. Do you know what Mama Ugo uses to cook her food? She asked, but no one believed her. You are just jealous, they said. Her food is delicious and that is what matters. When Mama Ugo noticed that some people were looking at her strangely, what's going on, she wondered. She heard whispers whenever she walked past. Even some of her loyal customers started avoiding her. Her heart sank. Did anyone find out? She thought. But Mama Ugo wasn't ready to give up. She decided to increase the amount of urine she used. If they won't believe the rumors, they will love the taste even more, she said with a wicked grin. The crowd at her restaurant grew even more bigger. One day, a man named Chidi came to the village. He was tall, dark, and had a sharp look in his eyes. He heard about Mama Ugo's famous food and decided to try it out. When he sat down to eat, he noticed something strange about the taste. It was different, almost too good to be true. Chidi was a herbalist who traveled from village to village helping people. He knew the taste of ordinary food and something about Mama Ugo's cooking didn't feel natural. There's something in this food, he thought. I need to investigate. Chidi started asking questions about Mama Ugo. What's her secret? He asked the villagers. They told him about her delicious food and how no one could resist it. He also mentioned the rumors spread by Mama Nkechi. Chidi decided to speak with her. Mama Nkechi, tell me what you know, Chidi said. Mama Nkechi hesitated at first, but eventually told Chidi what she saw. She uses her urine to cook, Mama Nkechi said. Chidi's face darkened. This is serious. Such things have a price. Chidi knew he couldn't act hastily. If I confront Mama Ugo now, she might deny everything, he thought. He decided to keep a close eye on her. Late one night, he hid near her restaurant and waited. Sure enough, Mama Ugo came out with her jug. Chidi watched as she squirted and filled the jug with urine. Chidi's suspicions were confirmed. She is using something unnatural to charm her customers, he muttered, but he also felt pity for her. She doesn't realize the danger she's bringing upon herself and this village. That night, Mama Ugo had a terrible dream. She was standing in her restaurant when a strange figure appeared. The figure was tall and shadowy with glowing red eyes. "You've used what is sacred to deceive others," it said in a booming voice. "There will be a consequences." Mama Ugo woke up in a cold sweat. What kind of dream is this? She wondered. But she shook her head and dismissed it. "It's just my imagination. Nothing will happen to me," she said, trying to convince herself. The next day, Chidi decided to speak to Mama Ugo. He waited until her restaurant was empty before approaching her. "Mama Ugo," he began, "your food is famous, but I believe there's something unnatural about it." Mama Ugo's heart skipped a beat. "What do you mean?" she asked, trying to stay calm. "I know your secret," Chidi said quietly. "You are using something you shouldn't be using to cook." Mama Ugo froze. "Who told you such nonsense?" she asked, her voice shaking. Chidi's piercing gaze made her feel exposed. "Mama Ugo," he said, "if you don't stop, you will bring disaster upon yourself." Ugo was furious after Chidi left. "Who does he think he is to tell me what to do?" she muttered. She decided to ignore this warning. "My food is bringing me money and success. I can't stop now," she said to herself, but deep down, she couldn't shake the feeling of fear. She increased her use of urine in her cooking, hoping to silence her doubts. Her restaurant became even more popular, but strange things began to happen. People reportedly feeling dizzy or having strange dreams after eating her food. "It's just coincidence," Mama Ugo told herself. One evening, a mysterious old woman entered Mama Ugo's restaurant. She had a wrinkled face and eyes that seemed to see right through you. "I want a plate of your best rice," the woman said. Mama Ugo served her with a smile, but something about the woman made her uneasy. The old woman ate slowly, savoring each bite. When she was done, she looked at Mama Ugo and said, "You think you can escape the consequences of your actions? The spirits are watching." Before Mama Ugo could reply, the woman disappeared into the night. That night, Mama Ugo heard strange noises in her house. The sound of footsteps echoed in her kitchen, but when she checked, no one was there. She saw shadows moving on the wall and felt a cold breeze, even though her windows were closed. "What is happening to me?" she whispered, trembling. The next morning, she tried to act normal, but her customers noticed. She looks tired and distracted. "Are you okay, Mama Ugo?" one of them asked. "I am fine," she lied, but her hands shook as she served their food. She began speaking to the villagers, warning them about the dangers of eating Mama Ugo's food. "There is a dark power in it," he said. Some people believed him and some stopped eating at her restaurant, but others dismissed his words. "He's just jealous of her success," they said. Mama Ugo noticed her customers were fewer than before. "Why are they listening to him?" she fumed. "I've done nothing wrong," but the hunting continues and her fear grew with each passing day.